What if the public image of Steve Jobs, the tech guru and visionary, was not the whole truth? Imagine the Steve Jobs you've come to know, the charismatic innovator, the tech titan, the man in the black turtleneck standing on stage, introducing the next big thing. His public image is one of success and revolution, a man who dared to think differently, and in doing so, changed the world. But behind the scenes, there's a side of Steve Jobs that's not as well known, a side that's as complex and enigmatic as the man himself. The man who pushed boundaries, who relentlessly pursued perfection, also had a life filled with intricate details and stories that often go untold. These lesser-known aspects of his life have played a significant role in shaping him into the man we know. So, join us as we delve into the lesser-known aspects of Steve Jobs' life that shaped him into the man we know. Steve Jobs, the man who would go on to revolutionize the tech industry, was not always a titan of Silicon Valley. Our story begins with a baby boy born in San Francisco in the year 1955. His biological parents, unable to care for him, made the heart-wrenching decision to put him up for adoption. He was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, a couple who instilled in him a love for mechanics and design. As a teenager, Jobs was nothing if not unconventional. He dropped out of Reed College in Oregon after just 6 months. Yet he didn't entirely abandon his education. He began to audit classes, one of which was a calligraphy course. Little did he realize this experience would later influence the typography and aesthetic of the Apple Macintosh. Jobs was a seeker, a dreamer, and an explorer. In the early 70s, he embarked on a 7-month journey to India. Accompanied by his Reed College friend Daniel Kotke, they traveled in search of spiritual enlightenment. They visited ashrams, practiced meditation, and delved into Eastern philosophies. Jobs returned from India with a shaved head and traditional Indian clothing, but more importantly, with a newfound clarity and purpose. This trip was transformative for Jobs. It helped shape his approach to business and technology. He merged Eastern spiritualism with Western capitalism, and this fusion would set Apple apart from its competitors. His focus on simplicity, the importance of design, and his user-centric approach were all influenced by his experiences in India. His early life was far from a straight path. It was a winding journey, filled with detours and roadblocks. However, these experiences, as unconventional as they were, played a pivotal role in shaping the man he would become. They nurtured his relentless curiosity, his drive for perfection, and his insatiable desire to change the world. These early experiences set the stage for Jobs' unique approach to business and technology. The creation of Apple Inc. was a defining moment in Jobs' life, but it's not all glossy as it seems. In the late 70s, two Steves, Jobs and Wozniak, brought to life an idea that would revolutionize the tech world: Apple. But the journey wasn't smooth sailing. The road to creating Apple was riddled with challenges and controversies. Jobs, a visionary, and Wozniak, a technical genius, made a perfect pair. But as Apple grew, so did the tension between the two. Jobs was often seen as demanding and difficult, clashing with Wozniak's laid-back approach. The friction was evident, but their shared passion for innovation kept them going. Apple's early employees also had their fair share of conflicts with Jobs. His relentless pursuit of perfection often led to tension and disagreements within the team. He was known for his mercurial moods and high standards, which, while driving Apple's success, also created a challenging work environment. But the controversies didn't stop there. There was a power struggle within Apple, and Jobs was right in the middle of it. As the company grew, so did the board of directors' unease with Jobs' unconventional methods. His intense work style, coupled with strategic disagreements, eventually led to his ousting from the company he co-founded. Yes, you heard it right. Steve Jobs was forced out of Apple in 1985, a shocking turn of events that left the tech world stunned. Jobs was devastated, but this wasn't the end of his story. In fact, it was just the beginning of a new chapter. Jobs' time at Apple was a roller coaster ride of success, conflict, and ultimately rejection. But remember, every cloud has a silver lining. As we'll see in the next chapter, Jobs' ousting from Apple was perhaps the best thing that could have happened to him, leading him to paths he may never have explored otherwise. Stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating journey of Jobs' life after Apple. Jobs' departure from Apple marked a new, often overlooked chapter in his life. Following his exit, he didn't retreat into the shadows, but instead, he embarked on ventures that would ultimately shape his future and the tech industry as a whole. After leaving Apple, Jobs founded Next, a computer platform development company. Though it wasn't as commercially successful as he had hoped, it was a breeding ground for the ideas that would later revolutionize Apple. It was at Next where Jobs perfected the art of creating high-end, beautifully designed products that people didn't just use, but loved. But it wasn't just about computers for Jobs. During this period, he also purchased an animation company from George Lucas, which he named Pixar. This decision may have seemed left field, but it was a testament to Jobs' foresight. He saw the potential in computer animation long before it was mainstream, and under his leadership, Pixar transformed into a powerhouse, producing hits like Toy Story and Finding Nemo. Yet his heart remained with Apple. In a twist of fate, Apple acquired Next in 1997, and Jobs found himself back at the helm of the company he had co-founded. This return marked a new era for Apple, one that would see the launch of some of its most iconic products. The experiences Jobs gained during his time away from Apple were invaluable. His work at Next refined his understanding of product design and user experience, while Pixar taught him the power of storytelling, lessons he would apply to make Apple the titan it is today. His ventures after Apple were not just side projects, but pivotal moments in his journey that shaped his vision and his approach to business. They were the stepping stones that led him back to Apple, and the catalysts that propelled the brand to new heights. Jobs' journey was not a straight path to success, but a winding road full of twists and turns. His experiences outside Apple were as influential as his time within it, each step shaping the visionary leader we remember him as today. Despite the controversies and challenges, there's no denying the impact Jobs has had on our world. His influence permeates every facet of modern life, from how we communicate to how we consume media, and even how we perceive the very idea of innovation. When we talk about Steve Jobs, we talk about a man who dared to dream big. His relentless pursuit of perfection birthed the iPhone, a device that redefined the parameters of communication, and the iPad, which revolutionized the way we interact with digital media. But these are not mere products, they are pinnacles of design and technology that have shaped the trajectory of the digital age. Jobs' leadership style was, to say the least, unconventional. He was known for his high standards, his attention to detail, and his unwavering commitment to his vision. He was a perfectionist, often demanding the impossible from his team. But it was this very drive that led to the creation of groundbreaking products, setting new benchmarks for the industry. His influence extends far beyond the walls of Apple. His ethos of innovation and excellence has inspired countless entrepreneurs and tech leaders. His story, a testament to the power of resilience and determination, has become a beacon for those who aspire to disrupt, to create, and to make a dent in the universe. Jobs once said, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." In this respect, he was a leader par excellence, continually pushing the boundaries of what was possible, inspiring those around him to do the same. However, Jobs' legacy is not without its shadows. His relentless drive often came at the expense of personal relationships, and his management style was not without its critics. Yet, it's impossible to ignore the profound influence he has had on our world. Steve Jobs, a complex figure, with a legacy as unique as the life he lived. Steve Jobs' life was a tapestry of triumph, turmoil, and transformation. As we've journeyed through the enigma of Steve Jobs, we've seen the stark contrast between his public image and the lesser-known aspects of his life. From his early days, Jobs was a symbol of innovation and a beacon of inspiration for many. As the co-founder of Apple, he revolutionized the tech industry and left an indelible mark on the world. Yet his life was not without its share of challenges and controversies. His departure from Apple and his life thereafter were filled with trials and tribulations that shaped him into the person we remember today. Ultimately, his legacy transcends the realm of technology. It resonates in the hearts and minds of those inspired by his relentless pursuit of innovation. Behind the public image of the tech visionary, the story of Steve Jobs is a testament to the complexities of human nature and the unpredictable path to success.